Doubt Me Now, and people receive you the way y'all pretty much was looking for everything to happen. What was your thoughts when people start the same way you looking at 3 6 Mafia? People are starting to look at you like this. And when did you just hit you like these mother looking at me the same way? You know what I'm saying? Looking at these guys.
That's actually kind of funny because it kind of hit me almost. Pretty much the first week Doubt Me Now was out. Like the first week it was out. You know, when it first came out, I was ecstatic, man. I got an album produced by 3 6 Mafia. All these people told me I'd never be able to make it. You go up and there it was, right there. Doubt Me Now, just smack right there in your face. And you know, I had the whole hood, the whole bay was sold up. North was all crunk. East Memphis was crunk. But it was like a Friday night. And everybody used to kick it down at Lucky's on Summer. Old, what they call super shops or whatever. Where everybody used to drive up in all their clean cars. And it was one of the nights back when like he was just popping. And everybody first got on. And the whole parking lot, people were just outside their cars. And everybody was just gone. And when we pulled up and one of my homies, he had a clean ass Cadillac. We pulled up in the Cadillac. I was drunk. I'd been partying all week. My album just dropped. And I get out the car, and every car in the lot was bumping Doubt Me Now. Every car. There wasn't a single car. I'm talking about like 80, 90 cars that were just up there kicking it. Every car was bumping Doubt Me Now. When I got out the car, everybody was like, and it just got quiet. Like people looked over at me like, there he is. Like that's dude. And people still didn't know what like I said, people didn't know what I looked like.
Yeah.
Paul and Juicy did the album cover black and white on purpose to confuse people.
Okay.
So like, that first week it really kind of hit me, but like, me and Partee went to Japan. And Partee's my business partner, co-CEO of White Music. Me and him went to Japan back in 2008. And people had like his mixtape wanting it signed, and they had I Show Will on vinyl running up. Like one dude called me God. You know what I mean? Like that's Partee looked at me and said, "What did they call you?" I said, "He just called me God." He was like, "I thought that's what he said." That was crazy. And I mean, it's real shit though. Like, you know, like, so when I go to certain cities, like certain cities in Ohio's and your Indiana's and your Midwest, and you know, I got these white kids coming up to me that are 16, 17 years old, can't even get into the club. They're outside in the parking lot like, man, I can't get in. It's 18 and up, but man, I just had to come shake your hand and tell you that you're the reason why I want to be a rapper. It's like, you know, it's just cool to be able to make that difference. I mean, I've had 15, 16-year-old black kids come up to me in the hood and say, you're the reason why I want to be a rapper. You made it out of Fraser, bro. Like, I can't believe you actually made it out this hood. You give us hope. And it's just like, good. That's all I wanted to do. You know, I wanted to show somebody that it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
It can be done, and well.
For sure, for sure.
Doubt Me Now's at 300-something thousand copies sold. Thank you.
Independent.
Yes, sir. No video, no single, no commercial, no shit.
Dig it. All right, tell me a little bit about the next album. When you working on the next album, what's your vibe and thought process then? Because at this point, you done established yourself. You got a name, so. And then a lot of times, you know, people say you come back for your sophomore album, and you know, if you go wrong, you can completely lose it.
Yeah.
You can lose what you built. But of course, you didn't go wrong. So I mean, what was you thinking at that moment? Or did you like, well, I'm just doing what I do?
The thing was on Finally Famous was my second album that came out after 3 6 Finally Famous. I went in with like a different mind frame. I'm not going to say I wasn't as hungry, because technically I wasn't. I had money in my pocket, but at this point I'd done been doing shows, then got some good feedback from all over the place. But I was, for one, more comfortable working with Paul and Juicy the second go around. I knew exactly what they wanted out of me. You know what I mean? Like, I'd done, you know, grown a little bit within that couple of years. It was 2 years in between albums. I had a kid. You know what I'm saying? The first album I just had my kids, so it kind of didn't go with the album. But come that second album, I've been dealing with stress and baby mamas and all kinds of drama, and you know. So going into the second album, I had a lot more I wouldn't say more creative juices, because Doubt Me Now, I was just, like I said, I was working hard to make sure Paul and Juicy got as much as they could out of me on that first album. But it was like a more grown up thought process, I guess. Like, it was like, okay, I'm here now I can be comfortable and do what the hell I want to do, but still got to do it to Paul and Juicy's expectations. Kind of like that. So I went into the second album pretty laid back, pretty comfortable.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so of course the second album comes out. You do what you do. When did even though you didn't have anything to do with happened with the Hustle and Flow thing, where were you at in your career when all that stuff was going down?
Where was I at in my career when all that was going down? It was actually in between my second and third album. I was actually just grinding at that point in time. Like, we were all just hitting the road and doing as many shows as we could, and just really, I wasn't even at that point in time thinking about another album. I was just grinding off the last album, doing shows. And once they told me about the song, they recorded the song became a smash. When they won the Oscar, it was funny because once they won that Oscar, they were like impossible to get a hold of for about 3 months.
Damn.
The average person would have crumbled because they don't think, oh, Paul and Juicy quit fucking with me, you know what I'm saying? And
they don't blow about the atmosphere now. Ain't no more
dudes
love.
didn't have enough time to talk to nobody unless you were talking about some money.
Yeah.
And the thing was I straight up knew what the hell was going on. Like, I knew that when they had time, they hit me up. And sure enough, they hit me up out of nowhere, and it's like, all right, ever since we won the Oscar, we got a lot of stuff biting and stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on. We've been, sorry, White, we've been busy as hell, you know what I'm saying? I know it's been a couple of months since I talked to you, bro, but we got some big shit finna pop off, and we're doing a reality show. And we want you to get on a whole episode. I was like, a whole episode? I was like, yeah, the whole episode will be your whole episode. Like, I think it'll boost you for your next album. He was like, and while we're out here doing this, we'll fly you on out. We're just going to start recording the next album too. Kind of kill two birds with one stone. That way they show you with a thought process. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So, like, literally, Paul's like, all right, you cool with that? I was like, yeah, it's pack your bags. You leave in 2 days. 2 days? For how long? Like 3 weeks. Like, I ain't even did laundry for 3 weeks, Paul. Like, what the hell, man? You better tell your girl she better get on it now, because you got to fly out at 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. So sure enough, I flew out Wednesday morning, and it was the craziest shit because, you know, they just won the Oscar. I'm back in the city, just, everybody's coming to me too. Like, you know, everybody from the city's coming to me like, man, tell Paul and Juice we're proud of them, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, when I talk to them, I got you, bro. Like, they're busy as hell right now. So, getting on that show was like, it made complete sense why I didn't talk to Paul and Juice for 3 months. Because they were working on getting shows and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, certain people looked at that like, oh, they just out there bullshitting. Paul and Juicy don't bullshit. And when they do, it's after 1, 2 in the morning, and they done made no telling how much money that day. But I literally got off that plane, had this white van pick me up, never met the guy before in my life, go back to the hotel, drop my bags off, shoot to this big fat ass house up in the hills in California. And I get out the car and I'm ready to walk inside, and they're like, hold on, stop. We gotta mic you up. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean? They're like, they're doing the reality show like right now. Like, when you walk through this door, you're gonna be on the show. And I'm like, what? No way. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, you're crazy. No, I don't get briefed or nothing. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's like, look, dude, it's reality TV, bro. Finna mic you up and just send you in there. I'm like, well, what are they doing? He's like, I don't know, man. They could be having a bachelor party. They could be having an egg fight. I don't know what's going on in there, man. They won't even let us in. But you're fixing to go in. So come here, let me mic you up. And I'm standing here and this dude's like micing me up. And I'm sitting there with bags in my hand, like. And so, like, when you see me walk in the show, I just got off the plane, walked right into a house filming a reality show.
That's crazy.
That's why there's a look of surprisement on my face, just like, damn, there's really cameras in here. Like, wow. But it was, I think that was since I didn't really have nothing to do with the Hustle and Flow song, Hard Out Here for a Pimp, I feel like me just staying patient and loyal, that show was my redeemment, and just, you know, just being down with the crew. And
that's a true testament, man, because, you know,
a lot of people can't ride it out, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't ride it out. And I'm going to ride this junk till the wheels fall off.
Well, let me ask you this now, since okay, you already had a beautiful level of success on your first 2 records. So what level do you feel like, you know, that exposure on that show did for you, or did it just pretty much reconnect you with your base again, or did it expand it?
It definitely reconnected me with like I guess you would say like a demographic of the ages between 20, 25, 30. Like my fans that were fans in high school that are hitting their 25, 26, 27-year-old mark. They kind of like got busy and don't buy rap music no more. Just like there's a lot of people out there that do it. They just get busy and they got time to go buy new CDs and shit. That show really woke all them back up and said, oh damn, I forgot about Lil Wyte. He must be fixing to drop an album. Let me keep up with this guy. But at the same time, you know, me and my boy Party, we travel so many places, and we'll go down into the middle of nowhere and somebody be like, you that dude that threw that drink on that dude on HollyHood, ain't it? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. They're like, man, it was funny as hell. I've been listening to you ever since that show. And you know, people saw that show and they really went and researched and, you know, found my old stuff and started messing. Like even Japan, like a few of the people we met in Japan was like, you know, didn't know nothing about who I was until they saw this thing. Of course they knew who 3 6 Mafia was, but you know, they dig a little deeper and found me, and I got a lot of love in Japan right now.
Dig it, dig it. Well, tell me about the third album now.
The third album was recorded like while they're downstairs shooting HollyHood. Me and like while Paul's downstairs with Big Trees and computers shooting HollyHood. Me and Juice are upstairs recording the album. You know, the next day Juice might have some crazy stuff they were out going to do, and me and Paul would be upstairs recording the album. And considering we knew that the song Haters Talking or Talking Ain't Walking was on MTV, we was like, alright, well this whole album's got to be just kind of raw. You know, I named it The One and Only because the show tying in with the album, I wanted everybody to know, like, there is no other Lil Wyte. Like, when you go look for the Lil Wyte CD, it's going to be the same guy that was on that TV show. So, that album, I get mixed feedback on all my albums. It's kind of funny. Like, I have some people that like the first album better than the second, or the second better than the first, and like everybody likes something different. But The One and Only was that album to where most of the time I get a lot of people that come and say, man, that album was underrated, and you know, I think it was hard, it should have went a lot farther than it did. But you know, the MTV definitely pushed it, like, you know, but the good thing I feel about my music is I really do have a loyal fan base. Like loyal. Like they come, they spend money on merch, they stand in long lines and take